I was gonna say, you know, I'm happy to charge you a small fee.
Yeah.
You know,
Check 1 2 1 2 2 2 2.
Hey, Alicia, are you there?
I am here.
Great. Are you ready to go?
1 second. Sorry, I'm multitasking,
No,
of
it's okay.
course.
It's all right. Take your time.
It's 9:59, Steve.
Yep, I know. Exactly. That's
We are, I was gonna say we're on time on budget. I don't know if we're on budget, but we're definitely on time.
the budget for this
All right.
meeting is very small.
Do you need me to be my face or
No.
you're just putting up our
No,
pictures?
we just
Okay, good.
We
Okay.
just put up your pictures.
Okay, because that would be a better situation this
Yep.
morning.
Yep.
Trust me.
Okay. We are now live and ready to commence.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, everyone. The board meeting of the Gateway Development Commission is now called to order. Today, we are holding a public meeting of the Gateway Development Commission's Board of Commissioners. Today's meeting is being held in person, but public comments will continue to be solicited virtually. Audio is also being live streamed from the Commission website. The Commission will solicit comments from members of the public who have signed up for in-person comment. The Commission is also soliciting comments from the public that may be participating today virtually. A form for soliciting these comments is posted on the Gateway Program website for those who wish to submit a comment for today's meeting. Acting Secretary Maria Anderson, may I ask you to conduct the roll call and report on the public notice for today's meeting?
Co-Chair Glenn.
Here.
Co-Chair Gray Wolverk is absent. Vice Chair Kosha.
Here.
Commissioner Barbas.
Here.
Commissioner Bauer.
Here.
Commissioner Dominguez.
Here.
Commissioner Rosen.
Here.
We have a quorum. Adequate notice of today's regular public meeting of the Board of Commissioners of the Gateway Development Commission has been provided in accordance with the Commission's enabling legislation. The agenda and public documents pertaining to the board meeting have been made publicly available on the Gateway Program's website. Notice of the meeting was posted to the website 5 business days before the meeting, and public notice of the time and location of the meeting was provided to appropriate media outlets. A video recording of this meeting will be posted on the Gateway Program website.
The next item on today's agenda is a report on the minutes of the February 3rd, 2025 meeting of the board. I will now turn to Ms. Anderson for a report on the minutes of that meeting.
Copies of the minutes of the meeting of February 3rd, 2025 were delivered in electronic form by myself to the governors of New York and New Jersey on February 3rd, 2025. The time for action by the governors of New York and New Jersey expired at midnight on February 19, 2025, at which time actions recorded in the minutes went into full force and effect.
Thank you, Maria. We will now turn to the Chief Executive Officer, Tom Prendergast, and GDC staff for an update on the Gateway Program. Prendergast, sorry, Tom.
Good morning, everyone. My mission as CEO is to build Gateway into a project delivery organization with the capabilities needed to complete the Hudson Tunnel project on scope, schedule, and budget. Over the past 2 months, we have made significant progress on construction of the Hudson Tunnel project and taken important steps to strengthen the GDC as a delivery organization. Since our last board meeting, early work has started on the Manhattan Tunnel project. At roughly a year and a half after breaking ground, the Tunnelly Avenue project is on track to be completed this year, and we are nearing the halfway point on the Hudson Yards Concrete Casing 3 project. In-water work on the Hudson Ground Stabilization Project is advancing rapidly. In the interest of showing the nature of the work being done, I'd like to go through each one of those individual projects. The Tunnelly Avenue project was the first construction package for the Hudson Tunnel project, and it will be the first to cross the finish line. Excavation of the middle section of the roadway bridge is in progress, and gas main relocation will be complete at the end of the month. These are some aerial photos and ground photos, and to the far left is the utility bridge, and then an overhead view of the bridge itself and the excavation underneath it. Similar shots of the construction site and the work ongoing. The Hudson Yards concrete casing, Section 3. Since January, the Hudson Yards concrete casing, Section 3 team has been focused on excavating the 80-foot deep hole under the High Line, where the new concrete casing section will be built. The project is expected to reach 50% completion this spring. These are more photos of the construction work. $80-foot hole. Aerial view, Hudson Yards, the West Side Yards for Long Island Railroad are in the upper right-hand corner of the photograph, and you can see the concrete casing going southwest across the lot, across the property underneath the High Line, where it will match up with the Manhattan Tunnel project. Hudson River ground stabilization. This is probably the one that most New Yorkers will see. It's the work out in the middle of the Hudson River. Deep soil mixing with a protective cofferdam constructed to be able to do the work as the work will progress going to the east. The team has mixed more than 200 columns of concrete and soil to reinforce the riverbed so that when the tunnel boring machine goes through, the soil will be in acceptable condition to have that happen. There are more photographs of that site. We've taken tours with elected officials and other interested parties. And like I said, this is probably the most visible of the work going on the Hudson Tunnel project. It's work inside the cofferdam. Palisades Tunnel project. We continue to advance toward the start of tunnel boring. Soldier pile installation and other preparatory work on the Palisades Tunnel project is underway in advance of the tunnel boring machine, and it would expected to launch in 2026 early. Similar early preparations are in progress in the Manhattan Tunnel project. Soldier piles. Probably the most important thing we would like to report on is the impact that this project will have on the economy of New York. Our work is creating significant economic benefits for the region and for the country. Last month, we released a new economic impact analysis that provided a detailed look at the jobs and economic activity resulting from our 5 active construction projects. The analysis found that our current active projects are creating 20,000 new jobs and generate $1.7 billion in labor income. That's money in the pockets of people to take home to their families for their quality of life and standard of living. We're also driving $4.5 billion in total economic activity, and almost all the economic benefits in construction are staying in the United States. In total construction with the HTP will create 95,000 jobs and drive nearly $20 billion in economic activity. Pat Foy will now deliver the financial update. Sure.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody.
Pat, hold up just a second.
Sure.
Chairman. That's correct. I'm sorry?
When the boring machines are scheduled to actually.
I think the boring machines are scheduled to arrive and be assembled in early '26.
On both projects?
No, I think that's Palisades.
Gotcha. Can we make sure to schedule a trip for the board at and around about that time so we can actually
Sure.
see this? Thank you.
Absolutely. Okay, Pat.
Thank you, and good morning, everybody. You can go to the next slide, Molly, please. For our financial update today, I want to focus on the significant achievements that were made in 2024, as will be reflected in the financial statements for consideration later in the meeting. In 2024, we achieved a full funding of the Hudson Tunnel project through execution of the full funding grant agreement through FTA and the Federal State Partnership Grant from the Federal Railroad Administration. We closed on the 3 RIF loans that represent the local share match to the grants, and we established and drew on a $500 million line of credit with Bank of America. In total, more than $1 billion has been spent to date on the Hudson Tunnel project. And since we have entered the grant and loan facilities, we have spent more than approximately $200 million through GDC. We have drawn on the federal grants and sought and received disbursements from each of the 3 RIF loans beginning in late 2024. And we continue that cadence on a monthly basis going forward. Other critical updates are that we achieved implementation of our ERP system. It is up and running. And of course, that incorporates really critical internal controls. Over on the right side of the slide, you see the full funding package representing the Hudson Tunnel project. The grant shares capital investment grant of $6.88 billion, the Federal State Partnership Grant of $3.8 billion, Amtrak contribution of $1.016 billion, the RAISE grant of $25 million, which is exclusively for the Tonelli Avenue project, and RIF loans backed by New York, New Jersey, and the Port Authority in the gray sections. And beneath, we note that total funding available is approximately $8 billion. $3.665 billion in federal funding has been obligated, and the full $4.3 billion in RIF loans has been obligated for the project. Next slide, please. Our 2024 audited financials are required to GDC is required under the Act to complete these financial statements by the end of April. This will be our second full set of financial statements to be presented to the board and the public. They are conducted, the audit is conducted by an independent third party, in our case, Deloitte. The auditors check to make sure that our financial statements are accurate and follow best practices, including generally accepted accounting principles in the United States. The audit committee has reviewed the audited financial statements last Friday and recommends them for approval by the full GDC Board of Commissioners. The 2024 audited financials will be posted on the GDC website at the end of the month. Next, please. Okay, back to Tom.
From an entity focused on planning to a delivery organization, making sure that we have the right people inside the organization is one of the highest priorities that I have. Last week, we welcomed Kathy Rinaldi to the team in the role of Executive Vice President. Kathy brings decades of experience to the job, including serving for the last 7 years as president of the Long Island Railroad. Prior to that, she was at the same time, she was in 7 years as president of Metro North Railroad, and she also served interim president of Long Island Railroad, period, almost 2 years. Before that, she served as general counsel at both at the MTA and the Long Island Railroad. At Metro North, Kathy oversaw more than 6,500 staff and steered her workforce through the COVID-19 pandemic. Her experience ensuring compliance with safety, ethics, and other HR requirements is a tremendous asset. And she actually was intimately involved with the completion of East Side Access, Grand Central Madison. I see Kathy's dedication to provide high-quality, reliable service firsthand during my time as the MTA. Kathy is a fantastic leader and a valuable addition, and we look forward to working with her as we deliver this extremely important program. I'd like to have Kathy deliver some remarks to the board at this time.
Thank you, Tom. It's really great to be here this morning. You get to see my old hair up there in the picture. So as a former railroad president, I mean, I think I have a real familiarity with the extent to which rail really is the economic driver for the entire region. That's why this project is so important. I also have a perspective in terms of the importance of safe, reliable transportation service, which is what this is all about. I am so excited to be part of Tom's team. It's an incredible team. It's a real honor for me to be part of this, which is the most important infrastructure project that's going on in the country today. I want to thank the commissioners for all that you do to move this project forward. We could not do this without you, and I look forward to working with you as we deliver this amazing project for the riders of the region. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you so much, Kathy. We're really excited to have you join the team, and obviously your years of experience will help guide us through this next chapter. So again, very excited to have you join. And Tom, thank you for your comments and updates. I now note for the record that the commission solicited virtual comments from the public before and during today's meeting. A form for soliciting these comments was posted to the GDC website in advance of the meeting. The comment form for virtual participation is available throughout today's meeting. The Commission received 3 virtual public comments by 5 p.m. on Sunday, April 13th, 2025, from the following: Uma Reddy from AZH Consulting Corp., Samuel Turvey from Rethink NYC, and Joshua Berman from the Regional Plan Association. If any virtual comments are received during today's meeting, they will be distributed to the board and posted on the Commission's website after today's meeting. All public comments received will also be filed in the Commission's records. Ms. Anderson will now conduct the public comment period for those speakers who have registered in person today. Thank you, Maria.
In order to give everyone an opportunity to be heard, we request you limit your comments to 3 minutes. In accordance with the GDC open meetings policy, the public comment period may be limited to 30 minutes. The first speaker is Joshua Berman, Regional Plan Association.
Hi, morning commissioners. My name is Josh Berman, and I'm the campaigns manager with Regional Plan Association, a nonprofit organization working for a more livable region and the convener of the Build Gateway Now Coalition. For decades, the Hudson Tunnel project has been the most urgent infrastructure project in our nation, and the project ensures that hundreds of thousands of commuters will have reliable train service upon completion and for many, many years to come. Without this project, we are in danger of major service disruptions that could upend people's lives. After so many years of advocacy and effort to get this vital undertaking off the ground, the progress achieved in just the first year of construction is remarkable. The speed with which the Gateway Development Commission team has been able to initiate projects and advance construction is a clear testament to their dedication and the immense effort being put in by everyone involved. This new economic analysis shared by GDC staff today shows that the Hudson Tunnel project is not only a long-term investment for our future, it is actively benefiting our economy right now. At RPA, we have long understood the critical role that this tunnel will play in our country's sustained economic growth, but seeing how this project has already created good jobs and generated significant economic activity underscores the tangible positive impacts of this essential work. Finally, I want to commend the Commission on the addition of Kathy Rinaldi to the team as GDC's first Executive Vice President. She's an expert leader with a proven track record of delivering for riders. Everyone who relies on train travel in our region should be very glad that someone with her expertise and dedication is now contributing to the successful completion of this essential project. We look forward to working collaboratively with her moving forward. Thank you and have a good day.
Okay, thank you. The next speaker is Crowker Devaney from Around Our World LLC.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Croker Devaney from CEO of Around Our World LLC. And just to clarify, yes, the name is spelled correctly. It's stands for Around Association of Research of Enlightenment World. Because everything we do is rooted innovation, forward-thinking solution. Today, I want to speak on patents that continue to harm our infrastructure. We react after damage is done, instead of preventing the damage in the first place. Let's go back to 27 May 2015. A train traveling from Rockaways lost power near Howard Beach. Hundreds of riders were stranded after midnight. The reason, 500 feet of copper wire was stolen, ripped from the dozen access points. This wasn't a one-time event. For over 10 years, copper theft have disrupted transit lines, delayed projects, and cost taxpayers millions of dollars. And yet, every time, it's the same story. We investigate, we respond, and then we wait for it to happen again. That's why I created MicroTag. MicroTag is a patented anti-theft marking system developed right here in New York. It's invisible to the eyes, but traceable under UV light and magnification, embedded to forensic signature into copper and equipment. It worked with RFID, GPS, and NFC, giving agents a powerful way to track, trace, and recover stolen materials, while making them worthless to thieves. This isn't about catching criminals after the fact. It's about stopping theft before it starts. You are leading one of the most determined infrastructure projects in the country. It deserves protection for a single foot of copper disappear. So I ask you respectfully, are we going to keep reacting, or are we ready to act for the next? Give MicroTag a chance. Let's lead with prevention, not press release. Let's protect the investment we're making. Let's identify and then react. Thank you for your.
New Jersey Alliance for Action.
Good morning. Yes, I am Jerry Keenan, the president of the New Jersey Alliance for Action. Founded in 1974, the Alliance for Action represents thousands and thousands of construction industry decision makers, contractor engineers, architects, major players like hospitals, the Department of Transportation, the Port Authority, and so many more. Our mission is to improve New Jersey's economy through the promotion of environmentally sound infrastructure and capital investments. I also want to thank you for allowing me to speak here today, and a special thanks to Tom, to the CEO, for coming to the Alliance for Action event a couple of weeks ago to outline some really important information. I'd also like to welcome Catherine Rinaldi as the new Executive Vice President. We look forward to working with you. Today is a great day, and there's been a lot of great days for this project. Things are really going well. We all know how important the Hudson Tunnel project is and how it's going to change lives, but the data that Tom revealed at our meeting a couple of weeks ago made it more real than ever. We were thrilled to learn that the 2 New Jersey contracts for the Hudson Tunnel project have already created 5,500 jobs, $450 million in labor income, and $850 million in economic output. That's just right here in New Jersey. As you had mentioned, there's a lot going on, a lot of support in New Jersey. This project is going to dominate the construction industry like no project has for the next decade and probably more, like no other single infrastructure project ever has. Right now, we have 20,000 people hard at work on the entire Hudson Tunnel project, generating $1.7 billion in income, $4.5 billion worth of economic output, and eventually those numbers are going to swell to 95,000 jobs and near $20 billion in economic input. These numbers clearly demonstrate the near-term, longer-term, and decades-long impact this project is going to have on our economy. After Tom Prendergast appeared at our event, I do a weekly little video cast. It's a minute and a half to 2 minutes called The Bottom Line with Jerry Keenan. And I devoted that bottom line to the impact of the HTP. And I stated that both the speaker and the project itself and the numbers did not disappoint. And that's really, really true. Finally, perhaps the most important reason why I'm here today is I want to let you know publicly that we're accepting Tom's challenge. He called on all of us in the room to make sure that state and federal leaders don't forget about this project, don't forget how important it is, and don't forget how much we need it. So let me tell you something. Challenge accepted. We're looking forward to working with you. And apart from the people in this room, the Alliance for Action will be the biggest supporter of the Hudson Tunnel project. So thank you for your time today.
Thank you. The next speaker is Fernando Fox Nixon from Newark Regional Business Partnership.
Good morning, commissioners, staff, members, and the public. My name is Fernanda Fox Nixon, and I'm the president and CEO of the Newark Regional Business Partnership, the premier chamber of commerce, serving the greater Newark region. So I'm here today to express our sincere appreciation for the remarkable progress being made on the Hudson Tunnel project. And most of what I had planned on saying has already been said, so I want to just defer, yield my time back to the public, but just to let you know that you're doing a great job. The report that was given today on the financial situation is impressive. The number of employees that are being used for the project continue to employ more. And so we just are happy that you have added to your team Catherine Rinaldi, and her resume is impressive, and we're looking forward to seeing the value that she brings to the project. Thank you.
Thank you. The next speaker is Edward Funches for Inclusion.
Yep.
My name is Edward Funches, and I am the founder and president of Inclusion. This is my second time. Started Inclusion with a clear mission to raise awareness for the disability community, a group that faces the highest unemployment rate amongst all communities. I also advocate for formerly incarcerated individuals and those experiencing homeless because I know their struggle firsthand. I walk that path, and I have built my company with the help of people who believe in me and share my vision. Inclusion is proudly certified by Port Authority as MWBE, and we've been in business for over 11 years. If the Gateway Development Project truly value equal opportunity, diversity, and inclusion, then we believe there is a place for us within it. The Gateway program is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, not only to build infrastructure, but to build a more inclusive economy. Projects of this scale should benefit everyone who lives and works in the region. There's a human side to every brick and mortar project. Gateway has a power to set a new standard by actively including people with disabilities and encouraging unions to expand and apprenticeship programs for minorities and those seeking a second chance after incarceration. Every day I wake up grateful to the people who inspired me to change my life and those with inclusion. I work to pass that inspiration on. There are not enough companies like ours focused on giving people a real shot and redemption at first start. We are ready. Give us the opportunity, and we will help put people back to work. We will help make the Gateway dream a reality, not just for some, but for all. Thank you for this time. I am open and available to speak further with anyone interested in inclusion can be in contact. Thank you very much.
Thank you. There are no more speakers.
Thank you. We will now be entering into executive session. After the executive session, the board will reconvene in public session for the purpose of considering the action items. I make a motion to enter into executive session to discuss contract negotiations, personnel matters, and matters in which the release of information could impair our right to receive funds from the United States or any other grantor. May I have a motion, and also can you state your name when you make the motion, please?
This is Anthony Kosha, and I'll make that motion.
Same for the seconder, please.
Jamie Vargas, second.
Great. All in favor? Aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carried. I will see you all in executive session. We'll be back. Okay, thanks.
Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you, but this is not the executive session meeting.
Oh, sorry.